I would recommend first attending one of our monthly information sessions. It's going to be very high-level overview of the program, but also dig into the details of our application. And I think that's really key. If you're not located in the US or can't fly to DC, we also do those virtually as well. At some point though, I definitely would recommend coming to campus. There's nothing better than being immersed on the campus, seeing the students, seeing the building, and frankly, being a part of the community. So when I think of our students, there's really three characteristics that come to mind. One is grit. Our students come into the program, they roll up their sleeves, and they get immersed into the experience. So they are not only going to classes, but they're doing the experiential student leadership opportunities, they're doing consulting opportunities, they're doing their internship. They're making the most of this experience because they really want it to allow them to reach their career goals. Global perspective and diversity. So we have close to 40 countries represented in our program. DC is a very international city, very welcoming for international students, and our program is as well. And so, people that want to come in and experience that global diversity, but then also take advantage of the many global opportunities that we have to go on international treks, meeting with employers and alumni, or go on our global consulting experience and consult for an international client. And then, academic rigor. Look, you're investing time and money to come to a program that you want to transform yourself in your career. And so our classes are rigorous. You're gonna have late night studying, but through that, you're going to see the transformation of your ability to then impact the company that you want to go into afterwards. I think the characteristics of someone that wouldn't be a good fit at Georgetown McDonough is someone who's literally wanting to come to class and then go home. Our experience is immersive. Students can expect to be on campus from 8 or 9 a.m. to 7, 8, 9 p.m. They're not doing classes those entire time, but they're meeting with their student organizations. They're prepping for interviews with employers. They're going to employer information sessions. They're doing student networking events. This is a community. It's not a class experience only. It's kind of a full week immersive experience. We have applicants that come to us that say, look, I'm right out of undergrad, or I have 1 year of experience and I have a fantastic GPA. I know that I can do well in your classes. And what I say to them is, it's our job to admit students that are going to reach their career goals. And so employers are telling us that they want the work experience. They want the 3, 4, 5, 6 years of work experience. And so sometimes I tell applicants, look, if you really want this dream job at a major Fortune 100, Fortune 500 company, it might be in your best interest to wait a few years, because you're going to be competing against people with 3 or 4 or 5 more years of work experience, and that's tough. Also, because the classroom conversation is really built upon experiences of peers. If you have limited work experience, you may have limited ability to contribute to the classroom versus the people sitting to the right and left of you. And so you're just not going to maybe get as much out of the experience. I think what makes us unique are three things. First is our global perspective, as I mentioned. So people who come to the program represent about 40 countries. However, about 3/4 of them have lived, worked, or studied abroad outside of their home country. So that's not just US citizens. That's, our student from Belgium or from Brazil. They've lived, worked, or studied abroad outside of their countries. And so they come to McDonough and they bring that diversity of experiences. We're the oldest Jesuit institution in the country. And with that, there's this focus on cura personalis, or care for the whole person. And so we believe that it's important, yes, to train elite business graduates, but to make sure that they recognize the leadership and power that they will have to impact a community in a positive way. And then third is leveraging the greater university. So, we are a business school within a fantastic university that has a great school of public policy and foreign service and law school. And we have the ability to customize our MBA and allow you to take classes as part of the rest of the university. People automatically assume DC is a government town, but the face of DC has changed over the last 20 years. We now have, everyone knows Amazon is on its way to DC. Nestle has moved their headquarters there. Marriott, Hilton, Capital One. So this is now a city with a diverse, rich of experiences that students can tap into. So secondly, what makes us unique is the diversity of where our students are going into for their industries. There's a lot of business schools where, 50% go into consulting, 50% go into finance. While those are both of our largest industry pools, we also have a diversity of other areas where students are going. So technology, nonprofit, media. I think students come and they don't feel forced to go into those major industries. They are presented with a lot of opportunities, and it allows them to really choose what's going to be best for them. I've been in the DC area for over 10 years, and anytime I had met someone that worked at Georgetown McDonough or was a student or alumni, they always talked about how special the place was. Once I came and started working there, I really felt the special kind of community. I think, as I mentioned earlier, students have grit. Students are there really to transform their experience, and so you see that. They are active. They really, I think, take care of one another. This year we had record employment numbers. BloombergBusinessWeek actually ranked us #1 in terms of preparing our graduates. And I think it's because of our personalized career service. The number of staff members that we have with the ratio of students that we have is fantastic. We have industry pillars where, if a student is interested in consulting or finance or technology or sports and entertainment, they have a specific person that's typically worked in their industry that helps them. And then we actually start preparing students months before they even begin the program. So the summer before, we lead them through a series of webinars where they learn how to prepare their resume for an MBA format. They create an accomplishments record. They have a cover letter prepped. And they are ready to go, front-facing for employers the moment they step on campus. And we do that because, once orientation starts, it's like drinking from a fire hose. And so we want them to be prepared for that important career aspect before they even get to campus.
Admit me, never apply alone.